On today's show, we got a lot of news and rumors we got to talk about here. Brian Branch talking how he would like to be on the field. He's got to play multiple positions. He wants to see some football action. We're going to get into that and his mentality, as well as Courtland Sutton, another article talking about should the Detroit Lions trade for him. Another trade, another Lions, more players on it. We'll get into that. And 5 things to watch for, multiple things to watch for the up-and-coming Lions OTAs. Before we jump into the main parts of this video, if you are a Lions fan and not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Would love to get to 36,300 subscribers today. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get into the mentality of Brian Branch. Doing an interview there. He wants to be on the field. He says, thankfully in Alabama prepared me. I got a little advantage, Brian says. Usual hardship. Learning multiple positions on defense says, just studying the playbook every day. That's how you learn it. He's like, I have to learn every position because you never know. He said, easiest way to get on the field is to know these positions. I love it. And Ray Agnew is talking about his playmaking ability, that he's an instinctive player. He plays all over the field. He can play multiple spots. He's a touch kid, gritty kid. He's just a playmaker. We like those Alabama guys, and they're good football players. And I love the mentality of what this man brings to the field. He's all about playing. He's all about getting on the field regardless of what positions, because he is a player that wants to be able to make an impact for our Detroit Lions. And that's the mentality we need to have for our football team. We need to find players just like him. And that's what he's doing here. And I absolutely love it. But he's going to be going against multiple people here to get on the field. And that's fact. What he's got to do here? Well, he's got to beat out the great depth right now on this football team in the defensive backfield. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Tracy Walker, Kirby Joseph, Emmanuel Mosley, Jerry Jacobs, Cam Sutton, all of it. So he's got to find a role. If you play multiple positions in different packages, you'll be on there. He can play on special teams, cornerback, and safety. Learn these positions. Get on the field. But remember, folks, this guy is a special talent. He should have been a top 10 draft pick. He wasn't. He fell lines the second round. So if he has this mentality in training camp and in OTAs, he'll be seeing the field for sure. So I got a question for you. Will Brian Branch start for the Detroit Lions? Type S for start, or press B for backup. Let me know in the comments below. As you know, the Lions have been connected to multiple trades with multiple teams, and even Courtland Sutton here has been talked about as possible a Detroit Lion. The Lions want to get potentially an upgrade and make a run at the playoffs. And Courtland Sutton there, he was nearly traded to the Baltimore Ravens for a mid-round pick. It was talked about maybe a 3rd or a 4th round draft pick. But when you look about Courtland Sutton here, what is he? He's a big body X wide receiver that can be a 1/2 for any football team. But it's not just about his ability, it's also about the money. And right now his salary is $14 million. The Detroit Lions could definitely make it happen. They have the money in the bank to get it done. Look, when I think of the Lions in trade scenarios, I think pretty much anything is possible before the NFL trade deadline. Do I think necessarily it can happen now? No, but what if a player is not working out? What if there's an injury and the Lions are looking to get a player that can supplement that? Say Marvin Jones Jr. goes down, or Khalif Raymond, or some sort of injury happens before the NFL trade deadline, then you could look to beef up the Lions wide receiver room, and you're trying to make that run. Say everything's looking good before the trade deadline, Lions are on fire, there's an injury, they want to make sure that they win the NFC North, they want to make sure they can still have a talented roster against the rest of the NFC. And with a player like Courtland Sutton, who's still young at 27, and he is a talent on the field, you could see a situation like that. You could, for sure. But it's not just all about him right now, and why I think the Lions won't make a trade is because their wide receivers are really good. Amon-Ra St. Brown, definitely our #1 wide receiver. He's been with this team now, and he's shown that Jared Goff loves throwing his way, and he can get it done. Jameson Williams is suspended for the first 6 games, but guess what? He's going to be playing in 11 games, and the Lions are looking like a team that gets better throughout the season when he's added. I think the Lions wide receiver group will be great. Josh Reynolds still has a good connection with Jared Goff. He is an outside receiver. Marvin Jones Jr. signed to a 1-year deal. The Lions expect a lot for him this year. Khalif Raymond, the most appreciated player, I think, on this team, gets a lot of connections, whether it be outside, inside, slot. He gets it done with this small frame, still puts up massive first downs and gains a lot of yards. He has that speed, and we did draft a guy in the 7th round, Antoine Green there, who we expect to compete to make this roster, potentially be the #6 wide receiver for our beloved Detroit Lions. So my thoughts on this is, look, I would love to get a Courtland Sutton. I'm not going to lie, for a mid-round draft pick, I think it would definitely boost the Lions team. But right now, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it is an unlikely scenario because of the talent that we already have at wide receiver as well as at tight end. But make no mistake about it, if the Detroit Lions were to get injured, like one of the receivers before the NFL trade deadline, I can see a scenario where the Detroit Lions could make a trade for a wide receiver like Courtland Sutton. And if the Denver Broncos are stinking, you could see a move right there. Folks, just like the intro here, trying to get to 36,300. Currently, I'm at 36,268. So we're about 32 subscribers away. If you're one of those 32 subscribers, hit that subscribe button right now. Talk about the OTAs that's going to be taking place. There's some things that we got to pay attention for that's really integral towards the Detroit Lions in the 2023 NFL season and training camp. Need to look at the Lions revamped secondary. All the additions that was taking place with Emmanuel Mosley, with Cam Sutton, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I cannot wait to see what the Lions secondary looks like, who's the starters, how these players are used in these OTAs. It's going to be really fun to see the configuration that's taking place with safeties as well as the cornerbacks for the Detroit Lions. It's going to be fun. Cannot wait to watch it. Last year, DBs suck. This year, I think it's the strength of the Detroit Lions football team. How about the Detroit Lions new running backs here? We got DeAndre Swift, who's gone. We got Jamal Williams, who's gone. You bring in Jahmyr Gibbs, 12th overall pick this year's draft, and David Montgomery, the bulldozer of the Lions with the offensive line that he has now and with what he can do breaking tackles. And I want to see as well the whole depth on the running back group. Where is Muhammad going to be playing as well? So I cannot wait to see the RBs, how they're used, and what is going to be taking place with that competition there. It's going to be so fun to see a bunch of new faces in the Detroit Lions running back group. How about the right guard position battle? Now, Big V, is he healthy? We don't know right now, so I can't wait to see that. Then obviously you got Graham Glasgow, who we did sign to a 1-year deal, and Sorsdale, whom we drafted. What is going to happen here? Who's going to start? Who's going to be the backup? Is V going to be on the field? I have a keen eye on that. That right guard position is vital towards the Lions 2023 NFL season. My God. We got to get some clarity right then and there. And the linebackers. Look, we drafted a guy, I think you know him, Mr. Jack Campbell. Where is he going to be playing? Is he going to be starting Alex Anzalone? Is it going to be Jack Campbell? Or is Malcolm Rodriguez, now the veteran, going to be up there? And Derek Barnes. So seeing the configuration of these guys is going to be really fun to watch for this OTAs and how it is taking place. And the Detroit Lions defensive line, I want to see Aleem McNeil and Broderick Martin up in there. I'm really intrigued about those two. Look, I am excited to see Aiden Hutchinson, Romeo Okwara, and Charles Harrison, all of the guys like Joshua Pascal, but I want to see Broderick Martin. I want to see the guy whom we drafted, and a lot of people gave us grief for selecting and trading up to get him. I can't wait to see how he's placed. The Lions' new defensive line, can it really be solid? Can Broderick Martin bring a impact for us to see? I can't wait to watch. And there's other things you can look at. Special teams, of course. You know, what's going to be happening there. Obviously, the tight end position. We can look at that, and, you know, the quarterback position, little things. But those are my top positions for looking in the OTAs, and I'm really excited to see it. So what player are you excited to see for the Lions OTAs? Put it in the comment section. I'm curious to see what you think on that, folks. We're dropping videos every single day, Monday through Saturday, excluding Sunday, sometimes on Sunday there, and we're live on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on my channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions.